Hello, Clint Jolly here with Butcher Boy. We're out in the backyard, nice sunny day out here in Spanish Springs. We're going to talk about grilling today. Got a little series of videos we're doing to help you turn out some awesome meats, awesome meals on your grill right in your own backyard. We're going to start with St. Louis ribs today. St. Louis ribs are a pork spare rib, basically the side and belly of a pig, but on a St. Louis, the brisket right there is cut off. So you get all nice uniform pieces of rib. Each one of them, they'll cut nice, they'll look really nice, and you kind of get the best, meatiest parts that way. It's the same thing that they use with the rib cook-off down here in Sparks, that same cut. So what we want to do with a pork rib, on a St. Louis style rib, is we're going to rub them first, and we want to get some low and slow heat on them. So today we're going to do that in the smoker. We've got a Traeger here we're going to do it on. The rule there, you want about 200 degrees or so in the smoker, and that's going to break down all of the cartilage, all of the sinew, etc., and make that meat nice and tender. Also, that smoke is going to give it a ton of really good flavor, right? Get that nice smoke ring on there, give it the pungency from the wood that you want to see on a barbecue. So first of all, we got always fresh pork ribs. When you get them from us here at Butcher Boy, they're trimmed up nice, ready to go. You don't need to do anything except add a little good rub. We're using sweet and sassy everyday garlic seasoning from our buddy Arnold down in Washoe Valley, Glorious Garlic Farm. Got a ton of options, but this stuff right here, personally one of my favorites. And all we're doing right now is just giving it like a nice good layer on there. You want to coat everything. I like using gloves. You can use your bare hands as long as you wash, but we really just want to kind of press it in, make sure it sticks to the meat really nice, and get both sides. So we want a nice cover over the whole shebang. Just like so. So we've got the whole thing covered, rubbed. That'll give you a couple of things. One, all the flavor, of course, from the salt and the seasonings and all the yummy garlic in there. But it will also, that salt is going to draw some moisture out of the surface, which is going to create what we call a pellicle. And that pellicle is going to make it just slightly tacky. And getting rid of that moisture is going to allow all the smoke from the wood to stick to the meat and help us get that nice pink smoke ring that we want to see on those. So once they're rubbed like that, doesn't hurt to let them sit for half an hour or so. You don't have to do it much longer than that, if any. You can rub them and go right on the grill because they're going to sit there kind of warming up for a while anyway. Once they're rubbed, we're going to go over to the smoker. So now we got our ribs rubbed, we're going to go on the smoker. Like I said, we're using a Traeger grill here. Nice deluxe model, awesome one. This one is set on smoke. That's going to be about 180, 200 degrees at most. And like I said earlier, that's going to give us plenty of time to break down all that gristle, get that meat nice and tender, and let that smoke really set into the meat. So as simple as that. Get your smoker going, put them right there. This Traeger's got a nice sweet spot for the heat right in the middle. So we're gonna lay those in there. We're just gonna shut the lid down on them, and we're gonna let them smoke there. We're gonna give it a couple hours. We'll check on them about an hour, hour and a half in, maybe give them a flip just so that temperature stays about the same, cooking both sides. Had in the smoker here for a couple of hours, cooking it at about 200 degrees and getting all that nice good smoke. We rubbed them, we slow cooked them, and I'll show you here. You can see the bones are starting to pull out of there because that meat's got nice and tender, right? So now what we want to do is we want to get some good sauce on there, and we want to kind of crisp up the outside. We have the luxury of having a few grills. If you're doing a Traeger, you could just crank that thing up and do it on there, but we're going to do it on the gas because it's nice and warm. So again, they're fully cooked. So really all we want to do is get these onto high heat and get some sauce on them. We're using BJ's Nevada Barbecue Company sauce from BJ's right here in Sparks, some local friends. Really good stuff. They've won the rib cook-off here a few times. All around good people, and they make some good sauce. This barbecue sauce tends to be just a little bit thinner, so we're gonna go straight out of the bottle on it. And then we'll use a spoon. You could brush if you like. I don't mind just grabbing a spoon just to kind of spread it around and make sure it's on there. So what we've done is we've gone bone side down first. So we're gonna get that sauce glazed on top on the meat. Our grill is at about medium, just a touch over medium heat, and we're gonna shut the lid. We're gonna let it sit about 5 minutes. That sauce will thicken up, cook down on those ribs, and then we'll flip them over, do the same on the back. They'll be ready to go in about 10 minutes. Okay, so that sauce right there, nice and glazed. You can see it's thickened up really nice. So we'll just give these guys a little flip. Got a nice little char going on the bottom side, and we're gonna sauce these. I like to sauce both sides. You can just sauce the meat side if you like, but I like the flavor of that sauce on there. Get it all around. Also helps crust, or get a nice crust on there and seal in all that flavor. Nice and smoky. So again, we're just gonna do that right over medium heat, about another 5-6 minutes, and then they're ready to come off, slice up, and go to town. All right, now that we've sauced both sides, let them glaze. See, we got a nice crust going there. Just a little bit of char, but that sauce is nice and glazed on there and thickened up. Now we'll cut into these bad boys. Another nice benefit of the St. Louis ribs is they're much easier to cut because you don't have all that brisket up on top, that brisket meat. Just stand them up on end, go right down between the bones. You can see on there we've got a nice little smoke ring, we've got lots of juice in there still, nice glazed sauce on the outside, and all that rub, season them up all the way through. So they take a little bit of work to turn out a really nice pork rib on a smoker, couple 100 degrees, 200 degrees, 225 right in there. Give it a couple hours, 2.5-ish. That'll cook them through, break down all of that gristle, all the sinew in there, and get a good smoke flavor. And then finish them up on a hotter grill, which you can do right on the smoker if yours does that, or throw them on a gas grill, charcoal grill, etc., and get that sauce glaze on there. And there you are. That's awesome ribs right in your own backyard. Thanks for watching.